Welcome to Charter Local Edition. I'm Tracy Young. Our guest is Assemblymember Cameron Smyth, who represents the 38th District. He joins us to talk about a number of bills that passed the legislature at the end of the first year of the two-year session. Good to have you with us, Assemblymember.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Time, by the
yeah,
way.
absolutely.
Nice to have you with us,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
You had which seems to me like a common sense bill that you're basically just waiting for signature. It passed the House and it passed the Senate.
Right.
It's in regards to young people who have gone into the military, and when they return, what do they want to do but they were not able to do?
Right, well, it's unfortunate that we actually have to have legislation, things that you and I and most people would seem to be common sense, but sometimes you do need legislation to provide some protections. And what we're talking about was a bill that was brought to us by just a parent in my district, a mom, whose son had completed all of his high school graduation requirements and had then left school to go enter into his military commitments, whether it's boot camp or basic training, whatever you want to call it. And he had completed that, and he wanted to come and wear his dress uniform for his high school graduation. Unfortunately, there is no policy about that, and so what ended up happening is the school said no. And so there was an appeal to the district. The district initially said no, but then thought about it and I think had a lot of pressure and realized it's a pretty small ask. And so they were able to, they made the change and he was able to wear his uniform.
But is it state law that says that a young person cannot wear it, or it just isn't anywhere, and so
Correct.
This will formalize
Correct.
it?
And to a large degree, I'm a big believer in local control and letting districts make the decisions. But when it comes to the military and our young men and women who are who are very narrowly focused, that have finished their graduation requirements, have gone to their basic training, if they want to wear their dress uniforms before they're shipped overseas, I think it's a small way to do it for high school. And so we're able to do it, and now it's sitting on the governor's desk, just waiting for him to sign it.
All right, so we'll follow through on that one. Domestic violence is obviously a major issue. Unfortunately, we have to report that year after year. But when the legislature passed the budget, the governor does have the line item veto authority, and he went through afterwards and he actually vetoed about $500 million worth of things. Part of that was funding for domestic violence. What are your thoughts in regards to that?
And that's, I didn't go to Sacramento to eliminate funding for domestic violence shelters. When we passed the budget in July, we knew we had to make tough decisions. We had a $40 billion hole. Certainly tough decisions were necessary. But to completely eliminate funding for domestic violence shelters was very short-sighted. So what I have done is joined with a senator from San Francisco, Democrat.
Yes.
Senator. So, and he and I co-authored legislation that would restore $16 million of funding to domestic violence shelters to keep them open. Unfortunately, although I was able to get that through the Assembly at the last night of session, it was held up in the Senate. And it was held up because some of my Senate Republican colleagues had made a decision not to vote on any bill that required a 2/3 majority. And so this bill got caught up in that decision. And I understand their philosophy and the need to hang together. However, I think funding for domestic violence shelters is probably a worthy exception. And unfortunately...
So what path do you go now?
Well, we will likely have a special session coming up later this fall. And I think Senator Yee and I will come back again and to try to reintroduce that and try to get that bill through.
When do the funds stop?
Oh, they have stopped. As soon as the governor did the line item, it stopped. And so you're seeing shelters close. They are reducing services, and a lot of people are suffering, and we need to get that funding back.
All right. Well, thank you for your support, obviously, on young people who are serving the nation, and for those who unfortunately have had a bad circumstance. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thanks, Trace.
For Charter Local Edition, I'm Tracy Young. Now back to CNN Headline News.
These days, we're all looking for ways to conserve money. At Charter, we're happy to announce a great way to save and get the best services for your home. With the Charter Bundle, you'll get the channels you love and reliability you can count on. Surf the web way faster than with DSL from the phone company, and talk all you want with unlimited local and long-distance calling, all at one low price you can depend on all year long. Call 1-877-SAVE-034 today to get the Charter Bundle starting at $99.97 a month, and ask about ways to lock in your rate until 2011. Call now.